Hey there, this is Bill Kelleher from the band Mastodon with D'Addario Strings, and I'm here to give you guys a little inside peek at some of my songwriting techniques, especially trying to make a good riff into a great riff. Alright, so there's a part in a song called Tread Lightly that's off Once We're on the Sun, and I'll just kind of play up to it so you know where it is. So the riff in question that I want to make into a great riff that's just a sort of okay stock riff is the pre-chorus. You know, it's good, but it's kind of stock. It's not that great. It's kind of a placeholder. So how do I make that great? I'm gonna do some hammer-ons, some open strings, use some barring, and these extra 3 fingers I have to put some more color into it, and this is how I do it. Using all those dissonant open strings and chords really adds a third dimension to it. And it just makes a good riff into a great riff. And another example of making a good riff into a great riff I will show you with the song Roots Remain. When I wrote this, I had no problem with the opening riff, which is usually how things go. You write one great riff and then what the hell do you do next? So, to me it's all about finding those colorful, emotional notes that are in there, you know. And at the time when we were writing this record, it was a very emotional roller coaster for me because I had a family member, my mother, who was going through a cancer. So it's tough times, you know. And I wanted to kind of portray that into my fingers and the emotion that I was feeling. So, very opening riff, very angry, aggressive. And I was pretty stumped because I thought to myself, wow, that's a great riff, and I kind of set the bar really high. And I was like, now I got to write a riff that's even crazier and heavier than that. But that wasn't the correct way to think about it. I feel like what you really need to do is put the riff away for a few weeks. For me, it was a few months. Come back to it with a renewed vigor in what you're writing and just be in a different headspace. Because I like to put 2 riffs together that are just in different time signatures, and the accents are on different pieces in the, you know, notes in the parts. So it just makes it sound. Well, here I'll just show you. The next riff I started off like this. Get the idea. So they're both in the same exact tempo, but time signatures are different. So already it's taking you into a different place. Now, this riff was good, but it wasn't great. So how do I make that great? Well, I know that when I'm writing, I like to hold more like the root notes, and I do a lot of writing in drop C from a D standard tuning. So I know through theory that when you're in a regular D standard that you have this bar chord, not playing the low string, of course, which we don't really play that in Mastodon. I don't really write like that a lot. But when you're in this drop C tuning, now that chord is here. and you have freedom to move and just come up with kind of more evil sounding chords. So I took the emotion that was running through my brain to put in here, and I just came up with because to me, these high notes, you have to find them. You don't have to be the world's greatest guitar player to write a great song. It's just about taking the time to find that emotion, that third dimension, to kind of take it out of, it's cathartic to get it out of your head, into your fingers, into an amp, on record, and let other people hear it. So, for me, the situation I was going through with my mom was very good days, bad days, up and down, and a lot of things I write are just forwards and backwards. So I feel like this little part here is this kind of signifies things are getting better, and then now they're getting worse. And the part after that, of course, is the aggressive, angry riff. So, it's just little things like that. Just trying different tunings, using open strings, dissonant open chords, and just taking the time to, when you hit the note and you feel it, and you're like, yeah, and there's a release, the endorphin release, because you've nailed it and you've got it. So I want to thank D'Addario, however you say it. They make great strings. Thanks for all your support over the years. Thanks for watching.